A model steam engine test plant, part 9. After a few years in my workshop, the blowtorch propane gas bottle is finally empty, so I need to change it for a new one. Today I am making the bottom half of the live steam injector water reservoir tank. I cannot believe how long this gas has lasted. This tank's been in my workshop for about 10 years, and I use it quite a lot. But most of the time I use the same small blowtorch nozzle, which is very economic. But it's time to say goodbye to my old friend, and I'm undoing the fitting that holds the pipe into the valve. This, by the way, is a left-hand thread. I'll repeat that, it's a left-hand thread. Even though it looks like I'm tightening the connection, I'm actually removing it, and it was very difficult to remove. I had to resort to some moderate ultra-violence. I'm using a soft hammer to just tap the spanner to break the seal. Once the part was unspanned from the fitting, it was very easy to remove. I probably over-tightened it in the first place over 10 years ago. After removing the gas regulator assembly, I refitted the plastic plug into the valve to keep the threads clean. Luckily, I already had a can of propane that I used for a space heater, but I stopped using it because it caused a lot of condensation in the workshop. In this clip I'm using a Barco spanner to retighten the unit. Once it was tightly in place, I tapped it gently with the soft hammer, so I don't think this is going to leak. After fitting my blowtorch to the new tank, I put it back in the same position as the old tank. That's it for the routine workshop maintenance. It's on with the job. In the previous episode, I fitted some unions to this excellent PM Research water pump. For the water inlet, though, I've changed my mind. I've decided to use a PM Research elbow. It will make for a quicker job piping it all together, and it will look better. I needed to fit a shim washer, and I got it right the first time to make sure that the elbow faced in the right direction. As well as a copper washer, the elbow is fitted using Loctite 542. So I don't think it's going to leak. Here you see the general layout. It's going to look quite nice. Nothing about this job is set in stone, I'm just making it up as I go along. You will see me changing my mind on a few occasions whilst making this. I'm using a ruler to make sure that the tank is in the middle of the baseboard, and yes it is, and it lines up with the boiler, which is always a good thing. Now I need to modify the long pipe that goes from the pump to the elbow on the tank. This is what's left of a PM Research brass tube after I cut it off the main piece. I'm not sure about the thread. The nearest I can get to it is 5/16 by 26 threads per inch. Similar to the PM Research 1/4x40 fittings, the American standard and the British standard appear to have slightly different thread pitches. The piece of tube in the chuck is the long one, and I'm threading it 5/16 by 26 threads per inch. I applied some cutting lubricant to the job just to make it easier, and very soon I had a really clean thread ready to screw into the elbow. This clip gives you some idea of the layout, but I did run into problems. I made a couple of modifications to the design of this tank, and I will show them in the next episode when I make the central column. And now it's top tip time. To find where I needed to drill a hole in the tank, it was a simple job to just hold the part in the position I wanted it and draw around it with a felt tip pen marker. And the spot in the middle is approximately where I'm going to drill the hole. With a piece of copper clamped in the machine vise on the drilling machine, first of all I use a centre drill. Apart from making a centre, it drills a hole all the way through, and then the twist drill will follow this hole. If you do it without a centre drill or a pilot hole, it's likely to wander about. After drilling the hole tapping size for 5/16 by 26, here I'm actually threading the hole 5/16 by 26. I'm using this very useful reversible ratchet device. Because this tank is going to be soldered to the base plate, I need to make sure that all the metal near the solder joint is clean. So I'm using a flapper wheel in my Proxon motor tool to do two things: to thoroughly clean the inside of the tank at the bottom and also deburr the hole. Now it's time to use my Smart & Brown 1024 lathe and fit this piece of copper in a very large 4-jaw self-centering chuck. Similar to the way that I showed in a previous video, I'm using some medium emery cloth to clean up the outside edge. All I need to do now is drill another hole at the other side for a drain tap, and then soft solder this 5-inch diameter copper tube to the base. I don't normally do this, but for once I'm spotting the position using a felt tip pen to tell me where to put the tank when it's on the brazing hearth. The final job is once again to use the Proxxon motor tool with the flapper wheel to slightly flatten off the hole on the outside. And now it's into the outer part of the workshop and the soft soldering begins. I've painted the base and all around the edge of the tube at the bottom using Friolux solder paint, which, as I mentioned in the previous episode, is ground up solder with some flux. I've shortened this sequence because it took a while. I also added some electrical multicore solder, and I know that the joint is good because the solder has run all the way through from the inside to the outside. Here I'm cleaning up the job, removing the flux residue and generally smoothing out the solder using a paintbrush which I frequently dip in a pot of water. I didn't force cool the part, I just let it cool naturally. And here's a gratuitous shot of the part cooling down. Here's the part on the board after it had cooled. I've put a ruler across to support the top tank because this is where the top tank's going to be. I made some modifications to this design, I'll show them in the next episode. I realised that I didn't need a threaded union at the front as you can see here, so I removed it and fitted a boiler bush. And I also modified the pipe connection from the pump. But that's it for this episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.